Well, kia ora, ngā mihi nui, kia koutou, kia ora. It's absolutely wonderful to see you all here today. It's a pity we're not here to celebrate our beautiful environment, which we as Kiwis feel a real affinity for. Instead, what we're here to do is protest a ship which has our name on it. The Noble Bob Douglas right now is steaming towards New Zealand to drill our deepest ever well. As we saw in the Gulf of Mexico, accidents can happen, and when they do with risky deep sea oil drilling, they go wrong big time. As we saw with the Rena, where Kiwis had to pick those oil blobs up the beaches, volunteers had to clean those penguins and albatrosses and other dead birds. We don't have the capacity to deal with a small spill, let alone a blowout from a deep sea oil rig. So as the Noble Bob Douglas steams towards New Zealand to drill our deepest ever well, I commend and celebrate those brave Kiwis who today are setting off to do something about it. What we've seen is the government give $24 million in free seismic information, $46 million in tax breaks per annum, all the legislative time in passing laws under urgency, criminalising protest through the Anadarko Amendment, which I see Anadarko has now had successfully invoked by the government. They even called out the Navy when iwi protesters got in their way. So if the government's going to do everything they can to roll out the red carpet to risky deep sea oil drilling, we need to stand up. And that's why it's so inspiring to see the Kiwis setting sail today to do something about it. Bearing witness to an environmental crime which is about to occur 100 k's off the coast of Taranaki. It's incredibly important, incredibly inspiring. And like many of you here today, we can't sail with them, but I believe we'll be sailing with them in spirit, in support. We'll be sharing their messages, following their updates, and most importantly, calling on the government to do the right thing, protect our beaches, protect our climate, say no to deep sea drilling, and also for Anadarko. We need to send them a very specific message, which is Anadarko, you're not welcome in New Zealand. Anadarko, go home to Texas. We've got all the wealth of clean energy solutions, oil alternatives available to us, and that's New Zealand's future. The government likes to talk about the economics of oil drilling. What we know is we've got the 4th lowest tax and royalty rate in the world. Anadarko will not be paying any tax this summer because of the tax breaks given by the government, and all the profits are going to flow offshore. What we know is there's a $22 billion economic opportunity in clean energy. What we know is there's 4 times more jobs in clean energy. This is Aotearoa's future, not risking our environment, risking our economy with deep sea drilling. The last point I want to make is it's incredibly important we send this message today. The Warsaw climate talks are just about to start. And what even the International Energy Agency say is we cannot afford to burn 70 to 80% of all the proven oil reserves if we want to stay within a safe climatic zone. That means we can only afford to burn 20% of the oil we've already discovered, let alone trying to find more deep off our coasts, risking our environment. So the Green Party stands with you, we'll be sailing with you in spirit. We're the only party to categorically say we will prohibit deep sea oil drilling, we will focus on clean energy. So big ups to all of you, best wishes to the sailors. I think you're heroes, you're environmental champions, and on behalf of all New Zealand and our Parliament, thank you so very much. Kia ora.
I'm tall, I have to use the trauma.